diaper duty cool with the Daddy Diaper Pack. The Daddy Diaper Pack is available at daddingcompany.com.
Welcome to My Life as a Dad. Today's guest is Cobi Jones. So, competitive edge, soccer.
Yes.
Did it come from being the youngest and competing against these three other older guys, or were they soccer players as well? Or
Having three older brothers, they're pretty significant, age difference. The closest one is 6 years older than me.
Okay.
So, not so much a competitiveness with them. I just experienced, I should say not competitiveness as far as like in games that we played and stuff, because I was so much younger than them. But in a house of four boys, and I had a cousin that was a year older that pretty much lived with us, another boy, in the house. And so there's like five of us, five boys. It was competitive as far as eating, in the house, getting food.
Yeah, if you're the last man on the hamburger, forget it.
Yeah, as soon as dinner's ready, you're the first one down there trying to grab what you can get. So I guess in that aspect, there was a little competitiveness there. But I think, my second oldest brother, he was an all-star football player and all that type of stuff. The one right above me played soccer. My cousin played soccer as well. So that's kind of like how I got into it. I mean, I grew up in the 70s, so that was like the big sport at the time, especially here in Southern California. So that's I got into the sport, loved the sport, and it's one of those things where you're good at something, you kind of tend to continue with it.
Right. And your dad recognized it?
You know what? My mom recognized it, and my dad was the one that was supporting me as far as taking me all over the state and all over the country. When it comes down to it. The thing about soccer, as you get a little bit older, there's those travel teams, and back then I was just like, well, yeah, here we're going here, we're going here, we're going.
Come on, Dad, drive me there.
Yeah, I didn't realize, I was taking up every weekend, of my parents' life, going to different tournaments, around the state, around the country, and it makes me think back. I look back on that and realize what dedication they both had, and my dad really being behind it, because it's not like now soccer's changed a little bit where the clubs and organizations will pay for these trips. No, this was the parents paying for everything, finding the flights, being volunteers for the team to make sure that their kids can go on these trips. So give a lot of credit, Dad. That was awesome. That was awesome.
It is huge, because a lot of kids, they go, it's almost 12, 14 years before they kind of wake up and realize that, I automatically get food all the time. The trash automatically goes. All these things just my laundry's done or whatever. These things just happen. And you're right. I never thought about that too. The same thing. Yeah. It's like, we're going to San Diego and San Francisco and
look, being a former professional athlete, I understand what weekends were all about. It was games and tournaments and those were. For an athlete, you're playing, but that's also your time. Like after the game, you get to go out and do stuff like that. And I look back, and I compare it to what my dad was doing, that he was giving up all those weekends, all those times to do all that fun stuff with his friends and stuff to make sure that I got to go and compete, and develop, as a player.
Right.
That was great. It's great when I think about it. I think about it now, I'm like, wow, that was impressive.
So you're ready to do it for your son?
Yes. Very much so. Very much so. I want both of them, to be able to do whatever they want. It could be, playing, the harmonica, and if they want to, pick that up and they really want to go for it and do it, I'm going to be behind them. I'll drive them wherever they need to be, fly with them wherever they need to go. I'm going to put the time in. I want to be, that inspiration for them. I want to be that person that inspires them to try to strive and do more.
My life as a dad.
Any man can be a father, but it takes someone special to be the daddy. Please join us by subscribing to our YouTube channel. If you have a favorite celebrity or athlete dad that you'd like to see on the show, please give us a comment below. Sponsored by Daddy & Company, the perfect gifts for dad. Get 15% off your next purchase at daddyandcompany.com using promo code MLAAD15.